to everyone. My name is Madam Colonel. I'm from Ndu Stroke Kumu, my dad is from Ndu, Donga Matric Division, and my mom is from Kumu. Growing up as a young girl, I realized that women and young girls have a lot of difficulties. We were vulnerable. So to this effect, being so creative and industrious as I was, I decided to work with young girls and women. I did this having a very good dream of aligning somewhere with women and young girls. I attended a lot of seminars, training, empowerment seminars, and finally came to attend the Wihid Camp. This is where my dream came from. It's a program called Wihid Camp, Women's Initiative for Education and Development, Cameroon, in Banford Baptist Hospital, where I was trained as a field agent to work with women, disburse money, educate them on how to run businesses and sustain their lives since we are in a rural setting. I did this with the experience that I had. I was furthermore, I trained here for 4 years. I trained women in the field for 4 years. I furthermore was employed in the Women Empowerment Center, where I was a trainer in the Empowerment Center. I trained women on hygiene and sanitation, and by then I received some training on cosmetics and detergents. I did train them to also engage in entrepreneurship programs. I attended seminars at the Congress Hall in Banana with the Sierra women. I also had opportunities to do trainings to SIAC women. I also had the opportunity to do, since I trained on cosmetics and detergents, I was taken in the EMS, Higher Teacher Training College, Bali, where I was running practical trainings on saponification, that's chemistry. Having this zeal in me, knowing that I'll arrive somewhere, I did a lot of empowerment. How did I do my empowerment? I used to go to local radios. I go to media houses, I go to Jangi houses, and I introduced myself because it was a self that was instilled in me to change the lives of young girls and women. And through these medias, I was known in my community. As such, women will apply, they will call for me to come to their groups and train. I'll go to schools and train. I'll go to social houses and social women groups and train. With this dream, I became very effective in my program because I did a lot of training from old to young to come and train on cosmetics and detergents. With this story, I succeeded, and I was a specialist in cosmetics and detergents. So once the time I used to come for exhibitions with small and medium-sized enterprises. This year, 2017, when I came for this training, my products were so good and everybody was buying and talking about my product. Within this time, I received I saw the workers of the American embassy came by my stand. They were asking me a lot of questions why people were so crowded on my stand. They realized I have a very big program. So they questioned me. I was just concentrating in selling. They told me that, Madam, we are interested in what you are doing. I said, okay, listen, leave your business and talk to us. That's how I attended questions from them. And then they asked me if I had a passport. I just laughed and asked myself, a passport, a Roman woman, do you want a passport? Where am I going to? So they told me, wait for us, because we may come back to you. So my names, they collected my names, they sent my names to the State Department of America. I went back to Congo. While in Congo, I was looking through my phone once a day. I just realized Madam Congress for we have been selected to attend the African Women's Entrepreneurship Program that is to take place in the United States of America. I said, wow! So this is a woman. I've never known about traveling somewhere. I'm selected to go to the US. I said, wow. So they told me to prepare my passport, the paperwork. That is how my story started. That was now a different level in my life to go and empower myself on entrepreneurship leadership skills to come back again and add more value to the training that I offered in Cameroon. So this 2017, I traveled to the US, where I traveled from, we went to 5 states. We started our program in Chicago, went to Portland, Seattle, New York, and we ended in Washington, D.C. During this training, we were trained on how to work with young girls and women, how to train them on leadership skills, how to train them to be good entrepreneurs, how to mentor young girls. So a lot of trainings were done there. So now I was well equipped to come back to my country, Cameroon, and change the lives of my women. And coming back to Cameroon, I stopped it wise to start my dream in Kumbu, my area of jurisdiction, where I was born. I came there, I trained the first batch, and towards the first batch, when I launched the second batch, where women and young girls were coming, I received the crisis started hitting the corners of the world. So I took it for a joke. By 2029, after starting the training, when I knew that from Kumbu I will advance to Bamenda, I came to Yaoundé, because in 2003, in that training, I was a young woman selected from Cameroon. So I was preparing myself to change the lives of women, not only in Kumbu but also in Yaoundé. So when the start crisis were hitting at the corners, I took it for a joke. And 2018, 8 December 2018, that is how, during a confrontation, my compound, my training of 5 rooms was burned, with my equipment that I brought from the US and the chemicals, everything, together with our family house of 10 rooms and the car, everything was burned. I looked at myself, I had a lot of bad feelings. You can understand what this means. So I looked left, I looked right. There was no way, because a lot was being happening. War everywhere, guns everywhere, everything everywhere. So I just decided with my family to relocate to Yaoundé, a central town, where I knew I was going to be I'm going to have peace, and I'm going to encounter a lot of girls. And in my mind, I knew that the entirely displaced ladies who already came to Yaoundé, they are already in need. So while in Yaoundé, I realized many, because when I came to, I also gave some information to some groups, some social groups where I was known, and I realized that there are many internally displaced young girls and women. So my dream started from training the young girls, the IDPs. So someone just told me, posed me questions. I answered them, and he took me to the director of vocational training and employment. And with this meeting, the director, he took me to the Minister of Employment and Vocational Training. While there, I explained my story. I was just crying. I had no way, because I could not excel without an authorization. So the minister automatically gave me an authorization to go to the Vocational Training Center, which is called as well Association for Women's Empowerment in All Walks of Life. I ran this center from 2019. I trained my first batch of 9 students. I trained again the second batch of 7 students. But within the time, since I was not very known in Yaoundé, I offered myself freely to train young girls and women on fabrication of soap, detergents. All what I did in the US, I tried to impart the knowledge to IDPs. Within the time, it was so difficult. When I struggled to rent a place, it was so difficult. I had to come back again to my house because the rents were disturbing, taxes, and they did not know me, so I had to come back to my house to continue the training. So that is my story, and I just want to say that I encourage women and young girls, everybody, that when you have a problem or when you are challenged, because I knew there was a lot of hurdles in my way, when you are challenged, just keep up, because I kept up fighting. So now I'm just out to tell my view was that, truly speaking, it has not been easy, because the zeal to train the women is there, the zeal to change the life of IDPs in Yamdo as another IDP, but I have been challenged because of space. I've been challenged because of chemicals, which are involved. I've been challenged with equipment. So I just desire to keep on forging with my dream, to realize that one day, because many times when I lie on my bed, I always dream, and today I'm dying. Who can testify? Who can I keep a legacy? First, to the young girls. Second, to the women who have trauma in their houses. I think we women can understand what I'm saying here, because we are the vulnerable. And in the situation between a man and a woman, women are really, they are downcasted. I think they are not seen. That there's a kind of a differences. There's a marginalization. So I just want to say that I still have a dream to continue in my training, but the space, when I place my needs according to importance, space is very challenging. Secondly, the equipment used, since everything was done, the chemicals. So I just want to urge everybody who is listening to me to say we should join our hands. We can partner in prayers. We can partner finances. We can partner to make a space to see how we change these girls, the life of these young girls who are desperate. Many of them are taken as house girls. Many of them are working for people, but they are being maltreated. So how do we do? How do we help them to raise a standard of living so that they are self-reliant and they will not think of maybe they miss somewhere, they are not in a place where they can continue their life. I believe with my training they will sustain their lives. I want to thank everybody and say that we should keep fighting. Thank you very much.